A new rumor alleges that Kim Belair and her Sweet Baby Inc. company have lost no contracts and are working on, quote, about 30 games that have yet to be published or gone on sale. Roll this up over at fandompulse.com. You can find the link in the description below. I encourage you to head on over there. Become a paid subscriber. It costs less than a Starbucks coffee, just $5 a month. And it helps support us at Fandom Pulse, which is fully reader funded. So let's get into this right here. YouTuber Master of the TDS, who co-hosts the Gothic Therapy channel, recently shared this on X. I've told people over and over they have lost no contracts and are continuing to work. I got that information from a Sweet Baby Inc. insider. There are about 30 games they have a hand in yet to come. So this comes in the wake of Master of the TDS and YouTuber Smash JT reporting that a Sweet Baby Inc. narrative designer who is a man pretending to be a woman and using the name Maxine Sophia Wolf, revealing on his website that he worked on an unannounced Remedy game that is yet to be announced. You can see a screenshot of that website right there. You can see writing for, quote, an unannounced Remedy game to be determined. Worked on a number of other projects that Sweet Baby Inc. worked on, including Alan Wake 2, Battle Shaper, Suicide Squad, Kill the Justice League, and this Shadow Gambit, The Cursed Crew, etc. And then obviously you've got the Crush House, which is the most recent game that Master of the TDS and Gothic Therapy revealed that Sweet Baby Inc. had worked on. And it was developed by Nereal and published by Devolver Digital and released to Steam back in August 2024. The game retails at $16.99 and only managed to hit a peak concurrent player count of just 362. In fact, you look at the last 24 hours, it only hit a peak concurrent of just 12 players. So another Sweet Baby Inc. loser. And there are numerous Sweet Baby Inc. losers. But as Master of the TDS notes, this is not stopping developers, publishers from continuing to work with Sweet Baby Inc. In fact, this rumor seems to be backed up by Belair herself. She did a presentation at the XOXO Festival at the end of last year, and this is what she said. I was so worried that... well, let's just listen to what she has to say.
Believe me, when this first started, I was so worried that studios would stop working with us. I worried we seemed too toxic. I worried we seemed too dangerous, too beleaguered, too much of a risk to work with, but that is not what happened. What happened was, at least privately, every team we worked with was quite supportive. The external silence, I'll say, was deafening at times and also frustrating, but such is the way of corporate. And it was still nice fundamentally, I think, to realize that studios, teams, and individuals still wanted us around and still saw our value.
So there you go. That is what Kim Belair said late last year. And now we're getting this rumor that it does seem to be true. They have not lost any contracts whatsoever and have seemingly about 30 games that are yet to be released that they have indeed worked on. Belair has said that the company has worked on at least 80 games earlier on in this presentation at the XOXO Festival. However, while Sweet Baby Inc. has allegedly not lost any work, a former employee who uses the name Kazuma Hashimoto, might recognize that name, was used in a New York Times hit piece against gamers to try to defend Assassin's Creed Shadows, detailed in a Twitch stream in September 2024. There are definitely jobs that I've had where like people have seen like the fact that I worked for Sweet Baby, and it's been a year since I've worked with them, and it's just like a contractual basis when I was like periodically for like a couple of years. People will literally be like, how are we going to get harassed for hiring you? And I think that really sucks that instead of like, we'll protect our employee, the employer or the potential person giving you the contract will be more concerned about that than protecting their employees kind of effed up. So noting that if you worked for Sweet Baby Inc. or if it's on your resume, employers might not be interested in working with you. However, it does seem like if you are Sweet Baby Inc., those contracts have not dried up. And let's look at this right here real quick. This is one of the big reasons why you're not going to see these contracts dry up, because these left-wing groups that are trying to push these evil ideologies, Kim Belair has noted she is trying to push woke ideology. She's been saying this multiple times throughout the past 5 years. They have a patronage network. These companies have a patronage network. They pay their radical ideologues, and Kim Belair is one of them, to try to push this message. They want to fund these people. They reward these people. And Isaac Young explained this while using The Acolyte as an example, noting that it was a success. He says that is a success. And he said this over on X. Disney spent around $200 million on The Acolyte. That money didn't vanish into thin air. It went into the pockets of their activists, their people. The Acolyte was a smashing success. It was a massive wealth transfer to their clients while inciting mainstream outrage. He continued, why does Hollywood seem so hell-bent on investing in financial failure after financial failure? Well, the point is to give money to their people. Making a profit is a happy accident. Conservatives will point out this is insane and makes zero business sense. Well, too bad. Understand that these are not people who plan to be carefully shepherding these institutions for decades to come. They've been strip mining every IP and franchise for the past 20 years, making vanity projects while robbing these institutions for everything they're worth. And when the whole thing finally does crumble, these people are going to be largely fine because they've amassed enough personal net worth to outpace the collapsing economy. They won't have to worry about inflation or paying for a house or a car or any of it. To highlight this, he noted that Lucasfilm President Kathleen Kennedy's net worth is $300 million. Is Kathleen Kennedy going to worry about the collapse of Lucasfilm? No, she's going to be fine. Once it's all said and done, she might walk out of this halfway to being a billionaire. He did note this, though. The good news is that we're at the point where the last train is leaving the station and the next generation of grifters are struggling to get on. There's not enough in the system to bankroll another 50 years of this. So this is exactly what Kim Belair is getting. She's getting your taxpayer money, your retirement funds that are in BlackRock, in Vanguard, all of these investment funds that are being funneled to her through these studios. So she is getting a wealth transfer. Isaac Young is absolutely right. She and Sweet Baby Inc. are getting a wealth transfer to push this ideology onto you, onto your children, onto your progeny, and in doing so is trying to destroy Western society at large. So it is not surprising that they have not lost any contracts. It is not surprising they still have 30 games in the works because this is what these people do. This is how they operate. We've been seeing this at least pretty well documented for the past decade, especially in Hollywood. But let me know what you guys make of this. Let me know in the comments below. Remember to always be charitable, especially to each other, and to always, always speak the truth.